Second half of my Silver Team Weekend League Challenge today. I'm going to be honest with you, I was supposed to upload this about a week and a half ago, but with them monthly rewards coming out the day after the weeklies, it kind of threw me off a bit and I forgot to upload it. So yeah, anyway, those of you who watched the first half will know I finished on 17 wins and 3 losses. At one point I was thinking, I was heading for the top 100, I think I was on like 16 for 1. But a couple of late unlucky losses, and the best I can do now really is get Elite 1. So anyway, let's get straight into the games and see what happens. Heading into the second half of my games, I did still have my sights set on the 37 wins mark. I've seen a few people try a silver and bronze team challenge, and the highest I've ever seen anyone get is 37 wins, which is quite impressive, especially with the bronze team, which is something I'm going to try and do in a couple of weeks' time. But the second half of my games did not get off to the best start, and mainly because of things like this. Clean through with, I think Matty Phillips that was there, tried to put my foot through it, he smashed it over the bar. Again here, I had time to turn back on Iheanacho's left foot, hit a pathetic right foot shot straight at his keeper, and that pretty much set the tone for this game. As you're about to see, this is the kind of thing that happens to you when you use a silver team. I read what he was going to do, the defensive AI just didn't help me out at all, and he gets an undeserved 2-0 lead. And if there was anything to sum up this game, it was this, what you're about to see here. Clean through with Iheanacho, he pulls him back, makes him miss the ball, and that's how the game ended. So I was thinking to myself, after that latest loss, wow, I'm going to struggle to even make Elite 1 here. So I did make that my target. I thought to myself I need to win 17 of my last 19 games to get 34 wins, which is obviously the second best reward you can get after, of course, the top 100 with the Ultimate Team of the Week pack. But as you're about to see here, we're using a silver team, it's just not that easy. Bullshit rebound, straight back to Aguero, he hits a pretty slow shot and Randolph dives into a different postcode to where the ball was. But I was playing pretty well by now. I'd managed to have a few games to get into the swing of things. Got a nice goal here with Iheanacho, and it was my turn to run around and celebrate like an idiot. And just before half time, I managed to get another quick counter into Josh King. Josh King hardly missed a chance for me all weekend, if I'm honest. Nice driven shot past Neuer, and again I punished this guy for his rather annoying celebration. Made it 3-1, and I managed to get another one just before half time. Quick fake shot, a cross goal driven shot, and we had our first half time rage quit. Next we came up against a pretty solid Premier League team. You won't need me to tell you just how annoying that 87 Mane is to play against. However, it's not quite as annoying as when the 20 AI completely screws you like it did here. I read what he was going to do, ran straight into the ball with Ake, but Ake thought to himself, nope, I'm not going to kick the ball, I'm going to kick Mane's ankle and give this guy an opportunity to take an early lead against me, which he does well. Sends me the wrong way. He ran a little bit to the left, making me thinking he was aiming to the left, and then he put it in the opposite corner. Now in this game I was making no chance at all. At half time I had 0 shots, which isn't something which happens very often, but some good skill dribbling, bit of patient play, held up the ball with King, back to Phillips, and he finessed it and gets a bit of a lucky goal in the near post. And just after this actually, I ran from kick-off, managed to get the ball back off him, Iheanacho, driven shot across goal, and that was pretty much it for this game. It finished 2-1, it was a really close game. 28 wins, 4 losses now, and we come up against this rather sweaty 5 at the back team, and our old friend Darren Randolph gets back to doing what he does best, conceding goals from shots which most keepers would have saved. Now against 5 defenders I'm always a little bit nervous, especially with my silver team, about going a goal behind. I maybe should have closed him down there. Then again, it was Ben Arthur. He's hardly known for his long range shooting, is he? And as usual, Randolph got nowhere near it, but it wasn't as bad as this. No pace on the ball really. Like I said, almost stood still, outside of the foot to the near post. What is Randolph doing? I don't know. After this game I was tempted to sell him, and just get some other shit silver keeper, but I thought no, it's going to have to be part of the challenge. I'm going to have to just make the best of a bad situation. And in this game overall I didn't make that many chances. Playing against five defenders when they're sitting deep is hard at the best of times, but especially with the silvers I just really was struggling. When I was getting a chance I was just snatching at it, which is really shown here with my final chance of the game. I could have took an extra touch with King, but I didn't, and it finished 2-0 to my opponent. I somehow didn't include this guy's team in the recording, but this game is worth showing you just so you can see how exactly I went 1-0 behind. I mean, what can you say about that? Ake and Amati, what are you both doing? And straight away this guy paused, changed formation, decided he wanted to park the bus and hold on to the 1-0, but that pause gave me a chance to put on my super sub at Cam, Christian Pulisic, and that was his first assist to make it 1-1. And then in the 84th minute, Pulisic again picks up the ball, slots through, the big man for the big occasion, Josh King, driven shot, bottom corner, and I won this game 2-1. Heading towards our target of 34 wins now, we bump into this team, and that front three screams out trouble, doesn't it? Informed Dybala, informed Perisic, and that's like second or third informed Mertens, the 89, which I think is currently his highest rated one. And I don't get off to a very good start. He hits a shot from 25 yards. Do I even need to comment on the fact that Randolph didn't save it? I don't think so. I think it's just a given that any shot on target goes in. But I do manage to get back into it. Nice turn with Josh King into Matt Phillips, whips it into the near post and makes it 1-1. And this was a really close game. We were both making chances, but just before half time, he turns me, gets the ball across into, I think that was Perisic, was it? Yeah, Perisic, bottom corner, and I went in at half time, 2-1 down. And in the second half, it was the same thing really, both was making chances. I miss it here with Iheanacho, hit the driven shot straight at his keeper, but it bounces back to Matt Phillips and he gets his second of the game, making it 2-2. Now here, just coming in the 80th minute, my two super subs combine. Pulisic into Hogan, back to Pulisic, drills it into the near post and gives us a 3-2 lead. And what was a really close game. You know, I thought if I did carry on playing how I was playing, there was a chance that I would concede a late equaliser. So what I did was, bit of time wasting, got the corner, held it up with Pulisic, just L2, shielded it. Obviously the other guy was fuming, but I didn't care one bit and I got the win. So one win from my final two games was all that was needed for Elite 1, which was my target for the second half of the video. Now I've watched this game back and this is literally the only highlight I could find. Into Phillips from Ledbetter, weak foot, driven shot, puts it at the bottom corner and made it 1-0 and got Elite 1 with one game to go. Now if you think to yourself, well, that wasn't very exciting, you got Elite 1 with one game to go, you might just want to stick around and watch this game, as this was, without doubt, one of the craziest FIFA matches I've ever had, and definitely the craziest FIFA 17 match I've ever had. Get off to a bad start, he put a cross in. That's another real problem with the Silvers, when the puck crosses in, because of the stats, you know, the AI just makes the attacking team win the headers, but this is the moment that changed the game. He obviously knew Josh King does not miss, so he snaps him right on the edge, last man, definite red card, and he thought to himself, at least he stopped the goal, but how wrong he was, as what he wasn't expecting was Josh King to take a quick free kick, get laid off by Ledbetter, and he smashes it in to make it 1-1, and obviously 1-1 with, what's that, 65 minutes against 10 men, you're thinking, yep, it's a definite win, but it didn't quite go to plan. I did manage to take a lead, nice skill from McLean, but after it came back to him from the corner, squared it to George Friend, put me 2-1 up, and I obviously thought that's game over. I thought he may even quit at half time, being down to 10 men and being behind, but Amati decides to miss the ball. He gets through with Higuain, and that is a brilliant finish, to be fair to him. 2-2 with 10 men. And that was only the start of it for this guy, as just after half time, some terrible defending by me. I don't know what I was doing there. He driven passes it across Higuain and he unbelievably goes 3-2 up despite having played about 30 minutes with 10 men, and it gets even worse for me. He chips Lacazette through. I think I was pushing forward. I think I went to attacking mentality at this stage, and when you're expecting Randolph to bail you out and save one-on-ones, you really are in trouble. Now, luckily for me though, for some reason this guy had not changed his team to replace the centre-back. He got sent off, so he was effectively playing with one centre-back, and this is probably the only reason I get back in the game, as I hit a great different shot there with Iheanacho. I was 3-on-1 with his keeper. I couldn't decide which way to go, but I did manage to make it 4-3, but as I've mentioned many times, I mean, that was terrible defending from me, to be fair, but your defence just does not line up properly from them kick-offs. Any other situation, your team would not line up and defend like that, although it was my fault. However, I do manage to get back into it and make it 5-4 with 15 minutes to go. I'm thinking to myself, I'm only one goal behind, come on, we can do this. But from the kick-off, what do you think happens? He runs, I can't tackle him, my team lines up wrong, smashed it into the top corner. I think I can't even blame Randolph for that. I don't think a team of the year would have saved that, and he puts himself 2 goals up with 10 minutes to go. But With just 6 minutes to go, I'll get through with Josh King. Josh King doesn't miss, ever does he? No, he doesn't. I think the keeper got a touch to that, tipped it into the top corner, and I've got 5 minutes left to pull it back and make it unbelievably 6-6. And here it comes. Josh King gets through, he holds off Kurtzau, he tries to get a second red card. Josh King, driven shot, bottom corner, and unbelievably this game finished 6-6. And what's even more unbelievable is the fact there wasn't actually any further goals, and on penalties we went. Now if you are a subscriber, you'll know my penalty record really isn't great, and combine that with the fact that I've got Randolph in goal and I wasn't expecting much. However, after the first round of penalties I do manage to go 1-0 up, but after that penalty from Watkins it was back to normality and back to my normal struggles. Now of course there wasn't a lot of pressure on me during this penalty shootout. I'd already achieved Elite 1. There's no difference between getting 34 wins and getting 35 wins, but I just thought 35 wins would have sounded a lot better. You know, 34 sounds like I've just scraped it, which really wasn't the case, as obviously I think I've deserved more than the wins I've got up until this point. Now I think this goes into sudden death. Yeah, it does. I think he puts it in here, and here comes Borough's penalty taker in real life. Leadbitter straight to the keeper's hands, and I lose. And that is it for my Silver Team Weekend League Challenge. I just want to say a big thank you to Darren Randolph. I think without the 3 saves that he made this weekend, I would have never achieved the 34 wins that I managed. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you thought, and also if you could tell me in the comments where I'm going wrong when penalty shootouts, that would be hugely appreciated.